Good morning, everyone. Today's video is going to be fixing my multi-position blinker switch on my 2014 T660. And there's Elsa, right? Hey. Okay, so what we got going on here is my right blinker is not working. Let me see if it works in the accessory position here. I'll tell you how I diagnosed this and what I came up with. I gotta turn the key on. Okay, so this is what I came up with. See, it comes on that way. Nothing that way. It's like I don't even hit the switch. But my hazards work flawlessly. Okay? There's no skip a beat or nothing. So what I got it down to is this multi-position switch. Whoops. So I went to Kenworth, bought a new one, and I searched as much research as I could on how to take this top panel off right here. Okay? And nowhere said it. So I kind of chewed up the edges a little bit, but I ended up finding out that it pulls straight off. See how that goes? The top cover just pulls straight off. I tried pulling it up, I tried pulling it down, I tried to pull it this way, I tried to pull it this way, tried to pry it apart, nothing. So this is the hard part right here, because a lot of these projects wind up with broken plastics. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that away for now. Then we had to vacuum this out because it's absolutely horribly disgusting in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off as I go, but I'm gonna try to get it with, there's two screws right here, one here and one right there. I'm gonna take those off, and I'm probably gonna do the bottom ones too, just so that I can get this piece off and cleaned up real good. I'm gonna get that off, and then I'll show you my problem. Here we go. This escalated quickly. So I had to pull this off, and you got to be careful because I had to pull it off one other time for something, and it cracked. It cracked right over here because this is super thin, but it's still kind of okay. So these have the same pins. You just pull this thing straight out. And this truck is absolutely so freaking dirty. I've never had a truck this dirty. So there's 4 screws to pull this off, because what I did was I can't get the screws to this bottom part yet. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna have to get a stubby screwdriver or something. But this is only held in with 2 screws. 1, 2. So what I did was I pulled this back just a smidge, squeeze that screwdriver in there, maybe a smidge and a half. But you don't want to go any further than the smidge and a half on this plastic, because then you end up breaking the plastic. So then the wiring harness goes down. It's this braided cable right here. So it goes down and it goes off into the abyss of this horrible freaking dirty, disgusting fire hazard of a mess in here. So now what I'm doing is trying to track this wire down. It goes through here somewhere. It goes down because I could feel it's this steel braided one, and then it's somewhere in there. So that's the point I'm at now. I'm gonna go ahead and get the new one out and see if I can help figure that out. But that is absolutely crazy that this truck has that much wiring in it. So I'm gonna find the end of that plug. I'm moving it and don't see it move in there anywhere. So I'll get back to you. Alrighty. This did escalate quickly. So I traced the wire down from here into here somewhere and thought that it plugged in, but then it goes somewhere right, and it's good that it has that extra, that different textured coating. That is absolutely horrible. It's gonna take me forever just to clean all that. That's a fire hazard right there. What if that wire were to ever get hot? this truck would burn to the ground. So I thought I was going to get lucky at first because I saw that this unplugged, and I said, oh, I'll just unplug it from there. But the old one is hardwired in, so I'm stuck tearing this all the way apart. But luckily I have the cord with this one, so I can know what it looks like. So I'm going to finish tracing this down some. These kind of projects, you have to be scared to a certain level, and you have to be not scared of a certain level. You have to be scared enough to, you know, if you rip one of them wires out and you don't know where it goes and you put the whole dash back together, you may never have freaking oil pressure sender or something like that. But so be afraid enough to be careful, but don't be too afraid to not do it, because you know, this look at that chunk of freaking, look at that. Cleaning is part of maintenance, guys. Clean your trucks. Don't just let this is stupid. So anyway, I'm gonna find that plug and let you know where it is. Okay, so I found the plug. It was right here. So I plugged in the new one. I just want to test if it's gonna work.
97, of course. Romeo and Harry, who could forget them walking somewhere.
Left. Okay, left is working. Oh, I hear clicking. We have a right blinker. That was it. It was the switch. So now I got to figure out how to try to get the old harness out. If not, I'm just going to run this one parallel to it, because there's a zip tie way up in there that, and these airlines are very fragile. So if you start ripping and yanking, sometimes it's better just to run it parallel, but it's only got to go to right there. So I'll get back to you when I get it. But that's working. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I just cut this one off.
What does that mean?
The old one. And I cut it off, you know, down in here, kind of out of the way. Yeah, you can see it real good down there. No, it's not going to hurt nothing down here. And then since you got a plug, I'll plug the new one in. I got putting it back together, and I've been cleaning it up, trying to get as much dirt out of there as I can. You know, knowing all this now, I'm going to have to go back someday when I get home and get my really good shop vac. Take all this part again just to clean it, because I'm getting a lot of it, but it's a sticky too. It like this stuff, this dirt does not come off. There's a residue all over everything in here. So I don't know if it's a smoker or what they were smoking or what in here, but it's a freaking mess, guys. This is crazy, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna finish putting it back together, because I am on my 10-hour break. I gotta get going. I got 400 miles to get out the rest of today, since I did a big day yesterday. So I'll keep putting it back together and let you know as my steps go along the way. All right, everybody, let's find out if everything looked out good here. Let's see here. Gauges still work. Everything fit back together. Only had 2 extra screws, so we'll get those put back in another time. Alright, dust is kicking my butt. Okay, so here we go. Left blinker. Right blinker. Okay, let's make sure the hazards work still. Hazards work still. Let's make sure that the high beam switch works. The wipers work. So it looks like, once again, we had another successful diagnosis and repair here on Workman's Restorations channel. We're here in the truck stop. We're here out in Montana, and all we needed was a screwdriver and a pair of wire cutters. That was it, and we got this job done. Now we're back to legal. Truck's cleaner. Everything's good to go. That's just nice to see. Only costing me a little bit under $400 for the switch. Could have been a lot worse if I'd have brought it to a shop and had them replace it. Who knows what it would have costed, because it's about an hour of work, $125 an hour probably. So we'd have been looking, plus the markup on the parts that they always do. So we probably saved, a couple $100 by doing this ourselves. It only took me about an hour to do. So try it, guys. Figure out what your experience level is and go just a little bit further than that. Attempt projects. Do your homework first. I did my homework. None of my plastics are broke on my dash. Everything's, back the way it's supposed to be. Everything's right. Everything's working. And at the end of the day, you definitely have a nice sense of accomplishment by doing this stuff. Next up here on Working Man's Restorations channel, for my birthday, my wife bought me a nice big huge drop visor that's going to come down to about like that. And it's like a bat wing visor. It's called a wicked visor. So it's going to come down like that. And this all has to come apart. We got to drop the headliner out. We got to drill screws, drill holes, and put nuts and bolts in, and it's going to be a fairly big project. But I also started a TikTok account, and Working Man's Restorations on that. Check that out. We see pretty cool stuff here on the road. We see truck wrecks. We see, all kinds of crazy stuff out here, and we throw it on TikTok because it's not really a full 10-minute video that I like to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it helped. This was definitely a big thing. I could not find out anywhere on the internet how that comes off, and you just pull it straight off. You pry in between here a little bit, trying not to chip it up too bad, but it just goes straight out. That's how that top cover comes off to start the whole project here. So that's how you replace the multi-switch in a 2014 Kenworth t660. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you guys think, how you would have done it different, and at the end of the day, just do the right thing. Thank you.